Hey YouTube, my name is Queen Wright. I'm coming at you. This is actually going to be my first video, so I hope I'm doing okay and the lighting's good and all that other good stuff. So I'm just starting the vlog this year. The reason I'm coming at you is not to teach you any fashion tips or makeup tips or anything like that. I don't have those type of tutorials available because, for one, I'm not a fashion guru, nor am I a makeup artist. I'm actually learning how to do makeup from YouTubers now. It's a shame because I'm 42 years old. You'd think I know how to do makeup by now, but anywho, what I did want to talk to you guys about is being paraplegic. Yes, I am in a wheelchair. I don't know if I can... No, okay, you're not going to see it anyway, okay, but I am in a wheelchair. I'm paraplegic. I have been in a wheelchair for 2 years now. Actually, I made 2 years on April 17th. There wasn't any, I didn't have a big car accident or anything like that. Actually, it's very interesting. I actually got paralyzed, came out of surgery paralyzed. What had happened with that is, I had been walking with a cane on and off for years, probably since after my youngest son, who's 8. I had to use a cane on and off, because I would have a pain in my leg and sometimes balance would be a little off, right? So this time in the 2 years ago, I was walking with a cane. I figured a week or two and it would go away because that's how it had been, right? So anyway, that didn't happen. I was on that cane for a week or two, and then actually after that, I realized that I needed to get a walker. The pain didn't go away. It didn't get easier for me to walk or anything like that. It actually got worse. So I was on a cane for 2 weeks. Then I needed a walker. I used the walker for about 3 weeks, but the pain, was still there. My balance was getting worse and worse, and like every day, I could barely stand up to like brush my teeth or do dishes or anything like that. And we're talking about coming from someone who's done taekwondo with my son, soccer, everything like that. So I say I was on a walker for about 3 weeks, and then I realized that I needed a wheelchair. I was walking to the bathroom one day, just taking a couple of steps from my kitchen to my bathroom, and I ended up on the floor. I don't know what happened, and my body just got weak. I ended up on the floor. I had been going to my doctor for, about a year leading up to that, because I did have a fall. I'll take that back. I did fall. A year prior to all this happening. I live in Bakersfield here in California, and it gets, sometimes in the wintertime, it gets really, really cold, and we don't actually get snow, but we have ice, like the grass will frost over, the sidewalk frost over, and all this sort of thing. So on my way to school, I was at college at the time, caught myself looking cute, stepped off the front porch, bam, bit it, okay? It was so like icy and wet. I tried to stand up, ended up biting it again, so I fell 2 times. Tried to stand up again, and I kind of slipped 3rd time. Anyway, I ended up rolling over into the grass, and pulling myself up. Unfortunately, there was nobody outside. There was nobody around, nobody that could come and assist me. Anyway, I went inside, and, after I dusted myself off, changed my clothes because it was muddy and everything, and calmed down because I almost had a nervous breakdown or something. So from that point, I had been going to my doctor on and off and, complaining of the pain, telling her, about the numbness and the spasms and everything like that. All she really did was give me pain pills. Basically, she would just pump me up full of pain pills, right? So at that point, when I went from the cane to the walker to the wheelchair, I I went to go see her again in a wheelchair, and she's like, oh my God, what happened? You know, the last time you were here, you were walking and everything. And it's like, yeah, no shit, right? So, excuse my French, y'all. So anyway, that day, she decided to finally take action, and she ended up sending me to a neurologist on like an emergency appointment. The neurologist did her exam or whatever. Right then and there, she's like, bam, you got to go for an emergency MRI. We got to go. This is not just a nerve condition, you know, send me for the MRI. Send me for the MRI, emergency MRI. Okay, I'm in here in this big metal machine. I don't know if you guys ever knew what that was or anything like that. So you have to take all your jewelry off and all this other stuff. So I'm in there, and this big machine is like, okay, just lay perfectly still. So, you know, after they did all that rigmarole, I had to go back to the doctor because they actually wanted to see me back that day. And when I got there, diagnosis was spinal stenosis, very severe stenosis, actually. So I had damage, what is it, C2, C5 or whatever, that's here in your neck. Actually, the cervical spine actually controls your neck and movement that way. And also like down my back, like the, what is it, L5 or 6, there was, I had herniated discs. I had actually bone missing from T7, actually I think it was from T6 to T11, which is the thoracic. It actually controls waist down. Okay, that was the area that was really damaged. So anyway, I ended up going to emergency surgery because it's like, okay, if we don't get you in surgery now, you know, all this bad stuff can happen, right? So I'm like, well, what could be worse than what I'm going through now, right? I mean, I went from a cane to a walker to a wheelchair in like minutes, you know, basically a couple of days or whatever. So I rushed into the hospital that evening. My fiance took me to the hospital that evening. The doctor came, you know, and I had the little meet and greet with him and everything, and they did the exam. The next day, which was Saturday, April 17th of 2013, this was 2 years ago, I had surgery. Yes, they tell you, you know, going into surgery, oh, there's a risk of death, there's a risk of all this, there's a risk of paralysis, which is very, very low, you know, which is what they told me, etc., etc. Okay, so go into surgery. Come out of surgery. So surgery was a success. You know, I didn't die on the operating table, didn't have a heart attack, didn't, you know, high blood pressure, none of that. Everything went well. So, in the, where was I? I was in intensive care at this point. Yeah, I was in intensive care at this point. And, you know, they're pumping me up full of morphine because, you know, my back had just got operated on. And, you know, hell, I'm feeling good because the morphine is like, whoa, this is some good shit, right? So, anyway, you guys, I got off topic right there. But I felt no pain. It was cool. You know, they came and did the little exam and everything. And I'm not realizing that, you know, I can't move. You know, because, hell, I'm high off of the morphine, right? First thing, I'm high. And my back had just got operated on, so I really couldn't, you know, they had me in the position and like kind of strapped to the table where I really couldn't move anyway. So that was the surgery. I didn't find out that I was paralyzed until actually 2 weeks later. Yeah, I know you guys are saying like, how the hell, right? Okay, so like I said, I had the back surgery, so, you know, I'm thinking it's just side effects from the surgery, and I would come out of it because that's what the doctors were telling me. Oh, you know, you'll be fine. The morphine, you know, once we get you off the morphine and get you stabilized and, you know, your back is healed, then you'll be up and walking again, no problem. That's what they said. Now, when I finally realized, you know, 2 weeks later and it hasn't worn off, I'm still in this predicament. I was actually in a rehabilitation hospital here at Health South in Bakersfield, California, the bombest hospital, some of the bombest physical therapists, occupational therapists, all you guys, thumbs up, love you guys. I was in my room and I shared a room at first. When I first got there, I ended up sharing a room. And yeah, so the the nurses came in, and you know how they do their rounds and they're explaining, what's going on with the patients and everything. And it's like, oh, okay, well, she has this going on and this, that, and another and everything. And then they got to me and it's like, I was kind of dozing off, but she's like, yeah, we have a paraplegic, and I'm like, wait a minute, paraplegic? Looking around like, who? That lady can walk, so, who's paraplegic? I know she's not talking about me, right? Because paraplegic sound like that's it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, come to find out, when she changed nurses and, I called her over and I'm like, well, wait a minute, what the hell is going on? I heard you say I'm paraplegic. I have this catheter and everything. Yeah, so that was it. Paralyzed, waist down. Okay. No movement whatsoever. No feeling, no movement, anything like that, waist down. Hold on, you guys. Guys, I'm hoping this lighting might be a little better. Whew. Might be a little better for you guys. I was in my bedroom and it seemed really dark in there to me. So look, I'm fixing on myself now. I can see what's going on here. I was in my bedroom and now I have come into my living room, dining room area. Now, okay, yeah. In the rehabilitation hospital, I think like the first week, within the first week, I had the catheter and everything, like I was saying, but the catheter was killing me. Even though I was paralyzed waist down, you guys, and didn't have any feeling, I did have feeling in my private areas, okay? I could feel that, what was going on down there, and it was not pretty, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't handle it. So they ended up removing the catheter for me, thank God. But once they removed the catheter, I don't know, I guess it was the pain pills and the antibiotics and, them removing the catheter and everything. It's just my body like went into shock. So, I don't know, I got like a headache back here. I felt like someone was just like banging on my neck. I told the nurse at that time, by the time she came from the hallway into there, it was like I had went into a stroke. They didn't know what the hell was going on, okay? I'm like stroking out. I can't move. I can't talk. What I am saying, I'm stuttering, basically stuttering words, saying, what the hell was going on. So it's like, damn, we got to call the ambulance. They called the ambulance, took me to the hospital because they didn't know what the hell was going on. And they're not actually that kind of hospital. Like I said, they're a rehabilitation hospital. So take that off. It's getting irritating my ear. So they sent me to the real hospital. The real hospital, right? So they sent me to the hospital anyway. Yeah, so that was my first experiences coming out of the hospital. So so those are my experiences coming out of the hospital. Look at me, I'm looking all oily and stuff, y'all. Excuse me, y'all. I'm just seeing myself on camera like, what the hell is going on with you, lady? You need to do something, girl. It's hot out here and stuff. Anyway, so yeah, that was 2 years ago, you guys. Actually, 2 years ago, on the 17th. I've come a long way since then. I'll probably get into that with you guys a little later in another video, because I have a couple of things I want to talk to you guys about. I see a lot of people are vlogging their weight loss and everything like that. And you know what, you guys? Being in this chair, you guys, I have gained so much weight. I have always been a big girl, ass, hips, tits, where it's supposed to be, thick in the place it's supposed to be. But I have this spare tire right here around my waist. Girl, my thighs has gotten small, like my legs are shrunken. My backside is flat, okay? I am not bullshitting you guys. It is like totally flat. I am so not amused because I did have back, you know what I'm saying? But this wheelchair business, this ain't no joke right here. So I'm gonna do some vlogging with you guys on my weight loss journey. It's gonna be a little difficult, more difficult for me, I understand, because I am in a wheelchair and there are limitations to what I can do exercise wise to lose the weight. But it can be done. you know, it can be done. So I'm going to take you guys on that journey with me. If you know anybody that is, you know, maybe newly paraplegic or going through some things, you know, paralyzed or whatever, you guys, it is a really tough road. You know what I'm saying? You go through so many emotions mentally and physically, you know. You have so much going on psychologically. Like I said, I have my youngest son is 8, okay, and I am so distraught about not being able to, you know, and again enjoy activities with him like I used to. You know, like I said, we was doing taekwondo, playing soccer. I'm not with his dad, so his dad is not around a lot. You know, my fiance, he's around more now, but before he was working all the time. So I was the mother and the father, and you know, that's just how it was. But now, yeah, things have changed now, and I still go through it. You know, I won't say I don't. I think I have a more positive outlook now than I did before when I first found out, but I still go through it. Okay, so if you guys want, you know, maybe you have any questions you might want to ask that you wanted to ask somebody that was paralyzed, but, you know, you didn't want to seem like coming off as rude or anything like that, then you feel free to ask me, because me and my sister and my cousins, we had quite a conversation, because they were like, oh, well, you know, can you still have sex? Do you still feel this? Well, how do you, you know, do that? And how does this come along for you here? And, you know, all these sorts of things. But I feel a little comfortable, you know, talking to people about it and answering any questions you might have. So if you want to do that, then, of course, you can leave some comments. Hit me up, and I will answer you guys. I will answer you. Like I said, I'm new to this vlog thing or whatever we have going on here. But I did want to come and share some things with you guys. And, you know, maybe you might want to have some experiences that you might want to share with me as pertaining to being paralyzed or your weight loss or whatever. I will get back to you guys shortly. Okay, and I want to thank you for listening to me just rambling on right here. Okay, I'm going to get some photos going on shortly so you guys can see, you know, when I mean my backside is gone, okay, and I was thick and all this other stuff, and now it's just like, oh my God, what happened to my calves, where's my legs, you know, and all this other stuff going on. But you guys, thanks for bearing with me, like I said, and I will be getting back to you guys shortly. So thank you, YouTube, and I'll be back. Bless.